Hello and welcome to Marinsky March 2023, where every day in March we make a sausage recipe out of one of Adam and Stanley Marinsky's books. Last year we did home production of quality meats and sausage, which I think is one of the best sausage books out there still. It gives you the how and why behind what you're doing in sausage making. But this year we're doing recipes out of the new book, 1001 Greatest Sausage Recipes, which is a gift to us sausage makers and meat enthusiasts. Adam and Stan have traveled across Europe and North America for the last 20 years compiling recipes, and they put it all into this jumbo book. What's even better is Stanley has sent me 5 copies to give away to you guys over the course of the month, and all you got to do to get qualified is leave a comment in the videos and I'll find you and I'll send you a copy if you're one of the lucky winners. So, without any further ado, let's get into 1001 Greatest Sausage Recipes by Adam and Stanley Marinsky. Okay, I'm about to prepare a liver for use in sausage making. We have a pork liver here, a fresh pork liver. If you can get them fresh, they're more mild. If you end up freezing them and taking them through the freeze-thaw cycle, liver flavor does get a bit more intense. So we have a fresh pork liver, which is going to make it a little bit more mild. And like I said, we're going to prepare it for sausage making. So I'm going to use this in 4 different videos today. One pork liver is going to go into 4 sausages. And we're going to run it under some water for about an hour. This kind of just flushes the extra blood and iron taste out of it and makes it even more mild yet. So we'll get it under the sink and get it flushed. A cold trickle of water run over top of your pork liver for an hour like this will mild the flavor out even more. This day in Marinsky March, we're making the Leberrotwurst, the red liver sausage from page 516 out of 1001 Greatest Sausage Recipes by Adam and Stanley Marinsky, a sausage from Germany. You wouldn't have guessed by the name. Leberrotwurst is listed 2.232.3 in the German Guide to Meats and Meat Products. It has the word liver in it, but it is classified as a blood sausage. And when I was organizing this month, I put this in the head cheese and liver sausage category, and I forgot to save the bit of blood when I was making the blood sausages required to make this sausage. So, the German Guide to Meats and Meat Products would not accept what I'm about to make as Leberrotwurst because it's going to be missing the blood. Thankfully, blood is quite a minor, it's actually funny that it's classified as a blood sausage because it's one of the smallest amounts of ingredients in this whole sausage. But it's, lean pork, pork jowls, pork liver, blood, pork skin, and pork back fat. And it's going to make a head cheese, sort of, or a liver sausage, something between those two. So we are going to slice the liver into thick discs. The liver is in the sink being blanched, you could say, or soaked, rinsed out. So I'll pull him out. We're going to cook it. And then we're going to boil our pork meat and jowls until they're semi-soft. And we're going to scald the pork fat until it's semi-soft. Then we're going to grind it all, stuff it all, and cook it again. This is going to be a good one. You don't see sausages like this very often where I'm at in Western Canada. You rarely see them at all, actually. Much more popular in Europe. So I'm excited to do something out of the normal today. So let's get some stuff poaching away. Maybe I should show you what we're poaching. We have some lean pork, which is a pork picnic. It's got a little bit of connective tissue. We have our pork back fat, pure white pork back fat. We have some pork skin. We saved off of some bellies. And then we have a chunk of a jowl. A jowl is this piece on the pig here. Kind of almost up into the cheek, but not quite the cheek meat. It has lots of connective tissue and it is quite fatty. It's like a 50-50% fat ratio. Then we have the liver in the sink, which has been soaking for a little while. I'll go grab that and we'll pull some slices off. Okay, our liver has been rinsing for about an hour, and as you can see, the water is clear and the liver is much more pale now, so we've flushed out some of that strong taste. It'll make a much nicer, milder pork liver for our sausage making today. Did somebody say pork offal? No, but we're gonna pull off how much? Not very much. 200 grams. It's going to be a little bit livery, this one. 20% of the meat content in this one is liver. And I'm just going to cook it with boiled meat and jowls until semi-soft. I'm just going to cook it with the meats and the jowls. So I'll weigh it out, get it boiling. Okay, so we got our portion of pork liver. We're gonna slice it into thin discs, it says. So I'm just gonna cut it into strips. And we're gonna pop it in to our pot with everything but the fat. So I'll take the fat out right now, set it aside for later. Everything else is gonna go in at the same time. Okay, so it is going to be joining the Brunswicky head cheese. Just simmering away nicely. Turn that down a little bit actually. So in it goes. You don't need very much water, just enough to cover this stuff. Pork livers, pork skins, pork jowls until it's soft, it says, and then we're gonna grind it. So in it all goes. I might pull the meat out first. I'm probably gonna pull the meat out, then the liver out, then the skins out, because the skins are the toughest part. So I'm just gonna check on it periodically. Okay, the Leberrotwurst is what we're gonna work with here now. And I'm gonna pull everything but the skin out of there. So it's been boiling and cooking. There's some liver and meat, and there's a hunk of jowl that's all gonna get ground up here soon. And I'm gonna leave the skin in. Okay, that appears to be it. Then we're gonna put our fat in for 5 minutes here to soften up. And we'll pull it all out and grind it up. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick our bits of liver out of here. Cook down a fair bit, not a whole bunch of liver. And then we're gonna grind through the pork meat, jowls, and onion. And I'm just gonna do that whilst those other ones are poaching away there. The other ones, I should say the skin, threw the fat in there. It only needs about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna pop my onions into here. Keep them separate from the spice mixture for this sausage. We're gonna mix that in a little later. Okay, and there's our, it's still steaming, it's still hot, which is okay, because we're gonna put it back into a casing and boil it for an hour. So it's gonna be a real nice tender sausage. 3mm plate is what we're sending this cooked meat through on. Okay. Oh, we gotta grind them skins up too. I better pull them out of there. Whew. Right out of the pot, nice and hot. And actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strain all the water off here and go through the bucket or the pot to make sure I didn't miss anything. That fat's been in there for about 5 minutes already anyways, so. Doesn't say to save that at all, does it? Nope. I'm gonna save just a whisker of it back though, just to kind of add to the mixture to bring the moisture up a little bit. Our little piece of liver. See, I missed a piece of liver. And our fat to cube. Take that out of there. There's just a little bit of water in this. It's gonna be mostly gelatin. I'll add it in there. Okay. Now to grind our pig skin through. Now the reason you poach it is because pig skin's actually quite tough. It would plug your grinder up if you tried to put it through raw, probably. So when you grind it up like this, it becomes kind of soft and jelly-like and runs through your grinder no issue. Okay, that's all the skin then. Now what we're gonna do is cube up these chunks of liver and chunks of fat into 8mm or 3-inch pieces. Sorry, 1/4-inch cubes. We're gonna mix it in that, mix with the spices, stuff into beef middles. So, nothing exciting about this, just line these up and cube them up. Our 1/4-inch cube chunks of liver. Now the fat. Okay, in goes our fat. And this is what the mixture looks like before the spices go in. There we go. There's the Leberrotwurst. Now this is the step where we add our spices, and I don't expect to get any protein extraction out of this. It's funny, this recipe has cure in it, but the meat has already been cooked, and we're not smoking it. We're not going to hold it in a dangerous temperature, so it doesn't really need to have cure in it, but it does, so that's okay, I guess so. That's a lovely smelling sausage. Little marjoram, pepper, and the onions. Time to get our beef middles ready and stuffing. So, next time you see me, I'll be stuffing these into beef middles. Big, big beef middles. Okay, here comes the Leberrotwurst. Okay. So, most of that's in the horn, so we're gonna have to push it out of the horn. Put that in there by hand. Okay. Just use a smaller horn and a plastic bag. Okay, there we go. There's our Leberrotwurst ready to get boiled again for another hour, and then we'll eat him up. All right, I have our Brunswicky head cheese in there, and I'm about to add our Leberrotwurst right here. In it goes, and we're gonna cook it. Ooh, got my fingers in the water. It says cook at 80 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. I'm just gonna cook it until the internal temperature hits 72. I'm gonna keep a close eye on it. I already had one sausage burst whilst cooking in water this year, and I can't have it happen again. Let's see what our Brunswicky one is at. I want that one. I'm gonna pull that one out first. Okay, we've hit our target. The big guys are done. We've probed this, and it is up to temperature, so we will pop it in the cooler and slice into it tomorrow. All right, the Leberrotwurst. I'm craving one with liver since I don't know if you've seen the Brunswicky head cheese episode, but I messed that one up. So this one is our head cheese / specialty meat with a bit of liver. I'm looking forward to trying it. I'll bring you in for the close-up reveal. Okay, here's the close-up shot before we slice into her. Look at that. Oh, it's not focusing for you. There we go. Look at that. That's quite the textured sausage, eh? Looking forward to seeing how that tastes. I got a little chunks of liver popping out of there. Looks good. I'm just going to peel the casings off because those big beef middles would be quite rubbery if I tried to eat them. Now, this one would be a little redder in color if I'd remembered to put that little bit of blood in this recipe, but those big chunks of back fat and stuff look pretty good the way they are. And it holds its shape good, so we must have got enough collagen out of the pork hocks to do the job. Got a little bit of toast to try it on afterwards. I'll just melt my butter quick. Buttered bread. All right, let's try this first slice. It's got a couple chunks of liver in it that I'm looking forward to. Big chunk of creamy back fat. Nice ground pork around it. Quite good. The chunks of liver in there, I don't know if I would do the liver exactly that way again, because they're kind of dry and crumbly in the middle because we poached them so long. I would probably just grind the liver into it, but it adds kind of a rich flavor to it, which is nice. The outside is nice and creamy and fatty, which is yummy, and the spices are nice. And yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. Very good when it comes to a liver sausage / head cheese / specialty meat. Can't remember how to pronounce it. Leberrotwurst gets a thumbs up. That fill a guy up quick. It's rich. Put the rest on toast here. I'm gonna have the rest of this on a piece of toast. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And we make a new sausage every day in March, all March long. Thanks for watching. Take care.